What's going on to you, Sagittarius? So you Sagittarius actually have the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So you're in a situation right now where you Sagittarius very much so. You have some people who are very jealous of you Sagittarius. They very much so would like to talk terrible about you, and they are. So you Sagittarius happen to be in a situation right now where you can't allow anybody or any kind of rumors that may or may not get back to you to really affect you. You're really in a situation, Sagittarius, where this is one of those times where you really want to allow that sticks and stones saying, sticks and stones will break your bones. You really want that type of saying to really be exactly that, to really be the example of who and what you are, because ultimately that's what it is. You have some people who are talking bad about you. Some of these people who know you that you've probably gone out with, some of these people that you've actually known for a very long time that's talking all types of trash about you. And the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles now is about you, Sagittarius, knowing good and well that you know that, but you also know that you're not going to seek revenge. You're not going to do anything against them. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, you're going to succeed. You know, the best revenge is for you to not really seek revenge or any of that type of stuff. Honestly speaking, the best revenge that, you know, you Sagittarius could ultimately ever take is to not be upset, not look for revenge, handle your business, and keep accelerating. The Six of Pentacles and the Death card represents, but a lot of people can't necessarily really do that. They can't, they don't like the fact that you Sagittarius are able to let go of the situation, because the Six of Pentacles, they want the attention from a lot of you Sagittarius. They want it. They want the attention. They very much so want it. And the King of Swords now, here's the thing, the Death card and the King of Swords represents you don't have the time for it. You don't really care whether or not they have it. You know, you Sagittarius are really in a position where devil may care. You shrugged your shoulders. You're in a position where you don't really care one way or the other to get the attention, because it's not about the gossip. It's not about the escalating situations. You know, it's not about that. It's about, you know, you Sagittarius pretty much clearing. It's not even about clearing your name per se. It's about you Sagittarius going on about your business and allowing people to be however it is that they choose to be, but you're not around them. And as it is, as I said before, you know, Sagittarius, like, it is about what other person give to you. It is, and more so specifically, to be more fair with it, it's about how the two of you contribute to one another. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Like, honestly speaking, before I stepped onto the scene and started to talk about it, you know, and really was coming from this perspective, a lot of people from the internet, a lot of people was really talking craziness on the internet. Like, there was a lot of crazy, stupid, shock jockey stuff that was really sitting around on the internet, where you had a lot of people who, you know, in these videos and these nice podcasts, and they have the equipment and these shows and stuff like this. And when they're on these podcasts face to face with these people, and they're talking about dating and relationships and all this stuff and how to get a better understanding, it's like, where are these people from? It's like, are these people really being like, let's tell the truth to shame the devil. Do these people really want a real, functional, actual relationship? Or do you want to feel like do you feel like you want to control somebody for an ego boost at the end of the day? Because you're not going to be able to have both. Love is an anathema to the ego. Meaning what? Meaning that love, and what real love is, Sagittarius, is a natural deterrent and an immortal enemy to what the ego represents. And we'll dive into it, because the ego, right, real quick before we talk about the next two cards. The ego represents taking care of your physical body and yourself, being greedy if you have to, lie, cheating, and stealing if you have to, making sure that you're the only one that's standing at the top of the hill, even if you gotta kick other people off the hill, you know what I mean? And metaphorically speaking, backstab other people. But love is an anathema to that. It is a mortal enemy to that. Look up what anathema means. ANETHEMA. Anthema. Right? An anthema, like I said, is a mortal enemy, or an anthemum, one of those two. But love represents, yes, taking care of yourself. Love is all encompassing, because it understands time and place. There's a time and a place to take care of yourself, but there's also a time and a place to get over your own personalized vendettas and greed and whatever else you may want to do selfishly, to step out or step away from your own selves, to be able to see the bigger picture. That peace would be more so of a better idea than being at war in a relationship. So you know what it is that you'll do? You will allow someone to be the right one in the relationship, just so that ultimately you can essentially keep the peace and continue to establish the relationship, to keep the relationship going. But where a lot of people take it, right, and this is what a lot of people on the internet take advantage of, is they take that and they blow it out of proportion. They go too far with that nonsense. Now it's about subduing you. It's about trying to get you to submit. I'm a metaphorically whip you into shape to think you need to play a position how I want you to play, and you better not step out of that position unless I give you permission to. And the thing about it is that the High Priestess and the Three of Wands represents, yet again, that anathema lifestyle. This is how other people see you and what they want for you. But this is not how it is that you see yourself. You, Sagittarius, see yourselves as the stallion or the mare, the wild horse, right? Free. And you are free. But the problem that a lot of you Sagittarius was having is you weren't free here. You weren't free here. Your own wild instincts was being used as a tool against you. Well, why could you say that? Because the same brain and the seeming problem that you Sagittarius can have paying attention is a natural thing to you Sagittarius that will keep you alive if you were on a battlefield. That same need to know your surroundings is also a survival instinct. I bet a lot of y'all didn't know that. But at the same time, right? At the same time, people will use that and be like, and try to use it against you and be like, well, while you're distracted, I'm gonna come through and tell you Sagittarius some nonsense and have y'all head blown up and get y'all to think that y'all are super special, when in actuality, y'all are really not. So let's clarify the Three of Wands. That's why it is I tell y'all Sagittarius that y'all need to have your head on. You understand what I'm saying? Not means enough. So to clarify the Three of Wands, you have the Hanged Man, the Lovers, Five of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Temperance, which is Sagittarius anyway. So you showed up in your own reading. So the Hanged Man and the Lovers, the Hanged Man represents Pisces, the zodiac sign which you share a planet with, Jupiter, and the Lovers, which is Gemini, your opposite sign. So this is saying that you need to exhibit a little bit more patience. Keep your cool. Calmate, right? Calm down, stay calm, wait. Because the Hangman and the Lovers represents, you need to wait on that love, like I've been talking about. Everybody want love now. Be patient, because the Five of Wands represents you'll get yourself into a very fiery situation with somebody where you would have ran too quickly into a relationship with somebody, and then the next thing you know, it doesn't work out, and the relationship is like this. It's too fiery. Two of you are at each other's necks, can't get along, you know, and it's not really long lasting. The Five of Swords and the Temperance are all about how, so the patience is necessary, right, for you to be able to see around corners. And what I mean when I say see around corners is pay attention to who the person is. Once again, a year is 12 months. Slow down. You know, and I say this to everybody in the sense that slow down. Love, the science of love and relationships, it is not a sprint. It is a marathon. All of these things that you Sagittarius have heard about how to be in a relationship, a lot of that stuff is wrong. I'm telling you what it is. You should not stay with each other. If you do, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but if you do, and I'm gonna post up the proof in the comment section. I'm gonna post the video in the comment section talking about how when two people who are in a relationship actually live with each other, that actually puts a strain on the relationship. But when I was talking about this, a lot of people would say, you going fool, you going crazy. No, because I know what it is I'm talking about, Sagittarius. Love is a marathon. You have to understand the science of love. Don't sleep over at each other's house. If you do, that's cool if you want to do that. If you want to break that rule, that's cool. But don't have them sleeping over at your house every single day. You know why? Because having them go over at their house or their residence keeps the love, because there's less strain on it. So what I'm trying to say here with that is the Five of Swords and the Temperance represents, you have to understand, Sagittarius, that once again, like it is that I told y'all, right? I told you bookworms, because Sagittarius be secret bookworms. But like I told you, Sagittarius, like I told you, bookworms, love is anathema to ego. So the ego would say all the time, right? So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that love is totally different than what it is that what most people in society would think it is. You would think that it would make sense to live with the person. It actually makes more sense to not live with them. And for the two of you to actually keep your own residence, they go home, you go home. Yeah. Don't always smash. Don't always smash. This is why I talk about discipline. The more you do this on a regular, is the worse the relationship becomes. I'm not saying you can't have your time and splurge and have your fun and do a little bit of this, if you know what I'm talking about. But the more you do that in a given window, is the worse the relationship will get. You can't do that too much. You can't let me be more accurate. You can do it with a give. Let me be more accurate, just so that makes sense. You can do that. Let's just say you give it a week and y'all smashing all week. That's fine. You will ruin the relationship if you smash, or you try to smash as much as you possibly can for an entire month. That will run the relationship dry. That in on itself will strain the relationship. So it's little things like this. You have to understand the science of it. And the last but not least, the Five of Swords and the Temperance is about how, some of these people too, they may have some serious addiction issues. They like being out in the streets. They like drinking. They like partying. They like smoking. They like doing what it is that they doing. They like the party lifestyle. And they may like it so much to the point where they don't want to actually give it up. That's all of this I have to say. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section.